Okay, let's move on. Now we got the text, we got the background image, and now let's look at how we can add some more pictures on top of the background image to make the reading look even more interesting and maybe even more artistic, depending on how you feel about this. Let's open the book builder, and let's say I think, ooh, I've got students working with iPads and I want to put a smaller picture here on top of this picture. So this is what you do. You click on the plus sign. Now before we used add element and we chose text, but if you click on this area, media, you can also add images. So this is how you add one single image onto a page. This is not a background image. This is what we did before. We added the background image covering the entire double spread, but now we're just going to add one image. So I click on camera roll, and I have a particular image in mind of my students sitting around the table working with the iPads. Let's see where it is. Here it is. So this is the one I want to use. And what happens is that that image now has ended up on top of the background image, but I can move it around and I can resize it. So I take hold of that little black handlebar at the bottom right corner of the image, make it quite a bit smaller, just to add a bit of spice to my image by showing people that, yeah, we are also working with iPads. Here are my students working with iPads. So I'm going to try and resize it a bit more. It's a bit fiddly. Something like this. So you can take a smaller image and put it on top of the background image like this. I've got another one in mind. Not here because there's not much space here, but I want to add another picture on this double spread as well. So again, I click on the plus sign, add element. Again, I change it to media, and I click on image. And I have another image in mind that I want to use here, of my students working with iPads. See if I can find it. Here it is. So there we go. These are my students taking pictures with their iPads in the classroom. So I'm going to make it a bit smaller and just put it there. So in this way you can make your reading even more interesting by adding several layers of pictures on top of your background picture and add a bit to your reading, make it look a bit more interesting. Okay.